Hi guys, welcome to this week's art lesson. This week we're going to learn how to draw a really realistic tree. This is something that we kind of learned in the beginning of this school year, but we didn't go that into detail about it. So it's really good to know how to draw a realistic tree. A few things that you want to observe about a tree in nature is that the largest part of the tree is the tree trunk. And then the farther away you get from the tree trunk, the skinnier and thinner the branches become until they turn into the twigs at the top, which are very skinny. The form of the tree is always the branches kind of reaching upwards, and you want to think about that as if the branches of the tree are reaching up towards the sun. So branches you never really see a tree branch going in a downward direction. Branches always go up to an upwards angle because they're reaching for the nutrients of the sun. And then after you have twigs, you have the leaves. So we're gonna start by drawing the ground, and you wanna hold your paper tall like a tree because we need the length going up because we need a lot of height on our paper. So hold your paper tall, draw some kind of a ground, and then you're gonna draw the tree trunk. The tree trunk should come up about halfway on your paper because we need a lot of room up top for branches and leaves. So somewhere right about here, and then you're gonna go down, but when you get towards the bottom, like right about there, you're gonna curve it out because that's how the roots start to grow outwards from the tree to make the tree nice and sturdy. You can decide if you want this to be a thinner tree, if you want it to be a wide tree, so you can decide how far away you want your two lines to be. Down, and then again, when you get towards the bottom, you're gonna curve out. Now we're gonna do some branches, and again, we talked about how branches are kind of like your arms reaching up towards the sun. So you're gonna go out and out. You wanna give it a little bit of a curve to make it look natural. If you go perfectly straight, it just doesn't look natural because everything in nature has kind of like a nice flowing curve to it. So you can see I have this curve here. Okay, now I'm gonna put a V in my tree. So I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna make this tree branch line up here with this V. Okay, I'm gonna stop. So you can see this kind of lines up. Now the other side of my V is gonna line up with this tree branch. Okay, so I have two branches now. Now I'm gonna branch off into other branches, and then I'll show you how to add more branches at the bottom later. So now again, I'm gonna do the same thing I just did. Two arms reaching out, and then put a V in. Two arms reaching out, put a V in. And you can keep going and going. You can make this tree as detailed as you want. At any point, you can add another branch coming out of a branch. But we've learned that when you attach two things together, you have to erase the line that separates. So I'm gonna erase this line right here. So now they look attached. Okay, and then two arms reaching out and a letter V inside. Okay, now what if I wanna put a tree branch here? So I can do that too. I'm gonna go reaching up towards the sun and erase the line that separates because everything should look connected. I'm gonna add, you see I have this very sharp angle right here that just doesn't look very natural to me. So I'm also, as I'm erasing, I'm gonna soften that angle and I'm gonna turn it to more into like a curve. So I made it from a sharp pointed angle to like a nice curve. Arms reaching out and the letter V. So I'm wondering, when you guys do your project this week, how many twigs and branches can you fit on your tree? How far can you take this? The V should match the direction of your branches. So if your branches are wide, you can see these kind of have like a wide angle to them, then your letter V should be wide. Okay. So I'm just gonna do one more down here, but you guys can make 100 branches if you want. Erase. And again, as I erase, I'm just gonna soften this little curve here. 2 arms reaching out and the letter V. Okay, so let's say I wanted to stop there with my branches. Now I'm gonna add some leaves to the tree. So I'm gonna start at the bottom branches, and I'm just gonna make a bumpy line. You don't want curls, you want a nice bumpy line, and you're gonna go all the way around your tree. You could keep going and just make one big kind of loop around the tree, or you can separate them. I can stop here and then pick it up over here and continue, and stop, and then make another one, jump over and continue. So you could do your bundles of leaves in sections, or you could just do one giant one, but it's not done. I have the space here where there's no leaves, so I kind of have to continue that. And to make it look like these branches are naturally going into the leaves, you're gonna add just like little curves to show that that's where the branches end and the leaves begin. Okay, and there's, oh, I found another little space here that needs some leaves. So that's that, and if you have any room or you feel like doing something extra, you can add some details to your tree. You could put a bird's nest, you could put some apples, you can put a sun, you could put flowers, you could put whatever you want to make this a very special drawing. So yeah, this is a great exercise to practice learning how to make a tree. And if you have any questions at all about this project, join me on Zoom, and I would love to see your work and say hello. Hope you have fun and enjoy.